I found this book introduction interesting to me, so I'm going to read the abstract. The topic is actually the one I'm reporting on. I'm not sure whether it will be successful or not, but I'm digging in, muckraking. But I'm trying to expand my observation and research beyond this region. So I just Googled and found this book titled International R&D Collaboration in High Tech: The Challenges of Jet Fighter Development Partnerships in Emerging Economies. Published in 2016, authors are Solmas Feliz Karabag and Christian Berggren. Berggren. I'm not sure whether I'm pronouncing it correct. Correct me if I'm wrong. And this is the handbook uh, of research on driving competitive advantage through sustainable, lean, and disruptive innovation. So I think it's the series of book uh, publishing, and this book title I'm about to read the abstract is on R&D collaboration in high tech and especially in jet fighter development, which falls into South Korea and Indonesia's case. Uh, as you may know already from the news report, if you're Korean or Indonesian, you will be very familiar with this topic called KF-21, or it used to be called as KFX/IFX because it's the co-development of domestic or indigenous jet fighter without any importing technology from other countries. It's supposed to be, but the part of the key technology have been imported, but the concept is indigenous jet fighter development. And this project, South Korea and Indonesia came together to do this together. So I'm reporting on this topic. It's already been so many years, more than a decade, and it's almost going to be completed according to the National Defense Acquisition Agency. But it's very controversial whether it's commercially successful or not, or whether it's able to be exported to another country for exact air fight. Anyway, my focus of this reporting is on the decision making in the early phase of this project. Why would South Korea choose Indonesia, and why would Indonesia chose to be together with South Korea? What are the benefits for both countries, and shortcomings or harms to national interest, or if is there any financial loss for this cooperation or collaboration? This is what I'm looking for, and my theory. My assumption is that there wasn't enough research on risk management, or both part acknowledge the shortcomings or limits, but they need each other anyway for export branding or whatever reason. So I'm trying to find out. And this book reading about is a similar topic, which is international R&D collaboration in jet fighter development. So I'm going to read the abstract and talk a little more about my findings so far. Right. Here's the abstract. I'm reading out this from IGI Global Scientific Publishing website. This chapter 6, the answers to the following research question. Which are the challenges related to high-tech R&D collaboration involving firms both from established and emerging economies? To answer this question, the Turkish jet fighter program is used as a case study. The study shows the chances to succeed are highly uncertain in this sector dominated by USA. Although Turkey acquired some level of R&D capability in previous defense R&D programs, the complexity of jet fighter development poses new challenges. Previous experiences indicate that technical capabilities are not sufficient. Equally important is the formation of management capabilities. During the pre-development concept phase, Turkey chose to collaborate with Swedish Saab. The chapter discusses several challenges in this type of collaboration for a full-scale jet fighter development program. These challenges concern intra as well as inter-organizational management, the organization of the technical development projects, and the design of appropriate industry governance structures. So, it's interesting to me because uh, it's the case of Turkey, which joins the jet fighter development partnership with Swedish company. Um, so it's an emerging economy and established economy, and it's similar to Indonesia and South Korea. Emerging economy. Maybe Korea is also emerging economy, but for the figures and statistics today, it's hard to say South Korea is in an emerging economy. It's almost an established economy, a leading economy. So this chapter abstract highlighted the key indicators are technical capabilities and management capabilities. So it's the two key indicators. What will be the challenges for this kind of collaboration in high-tech um, development? So here's my findings so far. I've been trying to trying to find the context and documents and witnesses or comments from everywhere actually where I can access, which is not really easy. That South Korean part, they have these two weird answers. For me, it's weird. One, why it has to be Indonesia? One says South Korea has no other option but Indonesia because as a window to Southeast Asian market. So that's one point of view, and another point of view is that South Korea at that time, which is early 2000s or mid 2000s, that South Korea have never developed a fighter jet of their own, and it was the first time trying to develop it, and it's not advanced kind of country in terms of technology. So South Korea couldn't be it wasn't able to find a better partner, so there was no other option. Although Indonesia committed and betrayed it. That's what another point of view says. So one, it's necessary. We were desperate to have Indonesia as a partner because of the future export opportunity or potential. Another one, another point of view says South Korea has to have somebody to do it together, but it was not advanced technology kind of holder, so it had choice, but trusted this country. But this country committed to do it together, but lost interest because of the regime administration change. So they easily change their mind. So this point of view says Indonesia is unreliable, and Indonesia is that kind of country. And this point of view says Indonesia as a tool, or as a, in a good way, medium to use. So either way, South Korea doesn't look Indonesia as an equal partner or equal developer, but a tool or an object to use. So both point of view is are quite disappointing. If I'm Indonesian to listen to this kind of viewpoints, then I'll be very um, frustrating or like upsetting, or maybe admitting. I'm not sure, but if I would, I don't know. As a South Korean national, I'm still feeling uncomfortable for both point of views. But my view is this: uh, whether this country is reliable or not is not the matter, but it's the risk management or planning. Of course, it's the largest sum of investment for developing fighter jet, indigenous fighter jet, and it's a historical project of nation. Then it should be very considerate to choose partner or choose which model to follow, or how to do it, right? It's very, very, very strategic decision making. And turns out Indonesia was not able to pay its due uh, capital, I mean, promised one. And there was an issue early this year, around April or March, that two Indonesian engineers dispatched by Indonesian counterpart of defense fighter jet making state-owned company uh, found out to be stealing information or data from Korean counterpart. It's still under investigation, and they are not accused of any crime so far. It's like under the carpet still. But still, both countries are saying it's no problem. We are still going together. So it's very suspicious and fishy and smelly for many journalists and related industry observers, and of course for the citizens. But it's definitely a national responsibility to answer why was this decision making in the first place didn't see this, or couldn't see this, or couldn't stop this risk in the first hand. Was this country so bad at intelligence or risk management or calculation? So it's something to look in. So I'm trying to report, trying to collect evidences to explain the wrong decision making in the first place. But it's not easy for many reasons. First, I'm not a well-known name in South Korea, so senior journalists or industry people or scholars or engineers, they kind of look down on me or like suspicious about me. Are you a real journalist from this organization? How much do you know? Like, are you experienced this for this topic? Or are you really going to write the story, or are you just touching and poking everywhere and turns out it, eventually not writing it? So they're really like suspicious and like unwelcoming in first place. But second, when they started talk to me, maybe in 10 to 15 minutes, then they will just open up what they know. But turns out they don't really know as well. Like they have wrong analysis. I mean, not wrong. They have their own analysis based on their perspective, but it's very partial, and it's not full picture. It's very Korean national interest kind of perspective. So it's a half picture. Three, in Indonesian part, they also not really trusting me. It seems because I'm Korean and I'm in Seoul. I'm not meeting them in person. Also, they are not sure what do I want. Although I explained to them. So I have this challenge and obstacle doing this report. But in some part of me, I believe it will take long time. So I will have to be patient and follow the follow the light, or follow where is absent. I mean, what's absent from this collected information or perspectives. So I have this feeling that I supposed to finish the story sooner, like in 3 weeks time, or 2 weeks time. But I think it's a long project. It's a longer time consuming kind of project. So instead of looking at Korean and Indonesian news articles or research papers or um, and interviews, I decided to look at other similar cases of international R&D collaboration in fighter jet development. So for that first step, I'm trying to read this chapter. It's actually not a book, but a chapter from a book, a case from Turkey, which I read earlier. So wish me luck, and if you are a fighter jet enthusiast, or who is uh who is who has under, a good understanding about this industry, or if you know anything about international R&D collaboration in high tech, in defense industry, please leave a comment or just let me know so that I can bother you to technical terms, or to understand technical terms or the recent trends, or other other success stories or failure stories, or uh, actual cases of wrong decision making or risk management, which I'm suspecting for this story. South Korea's KF-21 Boramae fighter jet, which is 4.5 generation fighter jet, semi stealth, not full stealth. So it's somebody say it's medium tech fighter jet, but price is the high end price. So it's not market wise, it's not competitive. But anyway, somebody who can explain the mathematics of this, I mean, math calculation of price, or technology, or tech sharing kind of contract or deal, let me know. All right? Thanks for listening. Bye.